Happy Friday, everybody. It is the REKAP Lunch Hour with Guff, me, Ryan McGuffey, here at the REKAP Studios, and plenty to get to, as always. What a week, right? Good, bad, ugly, kind of everything this week. Had sickness in my home, so that's not been all that fun. Pretty much start to finish as we sit here. But happy Friday, everyone. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. One more week of January, and then we can punt one of the months you like to just move on from into the sun. So good to have you with us. A lot going on here on the REKAP Lunch Hour today, giving away 2 pair of White Sox tickets for Sox Fest. It is back. We've discussed it. It's the first time in 5 years that Sox Fest returns. How to get tickets, where you'll contact me if you win, et cetera, et cetera. That's to come, Alex. Sad Sox fan here, looking to see the future at Sox Fest. Alex, I hope you're going. If you're there, maybe I'll see you tonight. Katie and I will be out there. If you're looking for Sox Fest tickets, Alex, stand by, my friend. They're coming for you. Billy, you're ready. Billy's ready for Sox Fest. He's on board. Again, if you're looking for Sox Fest tickets, they will be coming. You have to go. People don't win the tickets and then say you can't go. Swayze, what's up, my man? Happy Friday, Broseph. Good to see you. Let's get to some NFL, though, first. We're not going to talk Sox just yet. So it's always one of this weekend's like always a great, right? You got 2 phenomenal championship football games. And then it's always a reminder to me that, oh my God, football's almost gone. Like it's almost that time where football is done. We have this weekend, then the bye week, and then the Super Bowl. And it's a long offseason. Though there's a lot of excitement, as we know. The Bears hiring Ben Johnson this week on Monday. What Super Bowl matchup are you rooting for most? I know where I'm at. I'm all over the Buffalo Bills. Phil Simms, the original Phil Simms. The real Phil Simms. Who do I have this weekend? So here we go. I'm on Buffalo, although I'm not naive and stupid enough to bet against the Chiefs. So it's like, well, what does that mean? I probably will play some props in that game. I don't know if I can bet the side. I don't know if I'm going to be that dumb. Usually, I'm the guy that's like betting the Chiefs when everybody finds them as underdogs. Now, the Chiefs are they are not underdogs. We got a lot of NFL news here, by the way. Pete Carroll has just accepted the job with the Las Vegas Raiders. I think that's a great hire. So Bobby Sloat gets fired from the Houston Texans. Remember, he was the hotshot candidate. He was, look at what he's done with C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud took a step back. There were some issues there. They're talking about taking the play calling away from him. But how about Pete Carroll? Pete Carroll named head coach. Listen to this listen to the AFC West. Jim Harbaugh, Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Pete Carroll. Like, those could be 4 Hall of Famers. And I know before people are like, Jim Harbaugh is not a Hall of Famer. You look at what he's done on both sides, man, college and the pros. Pete Carroll, who I loved, you guys know that I was all about having Pete Carroll on the Bears until Ben Johnson became real. That's the report, guys. That just came out. Angel, Bills and Chiefs this Sunday will not disappoint. I can't wait. I think the Bills are 0-3 in the postseason, and the average score is a total of 63 points. The Chiefs have done a lot of things to slow the game down. We know they can beat you in a lot of ways. People are sleeping on Patrick Mahomes. They think he's not the same guy. The second you do, you better watch out. The second you do. That's a 1.5. That totals 48.5 in that game. I kind of like the over. And it's been a very under feel. Like under has been the way to go in the playoffs. I kind of like the over. Jess, this is the year of Josh Allen. I'm on Buffalo in the Super Bowl. I'm not sure about the NFC. How do you guys feel about the Commanders in the Super Bowl? Some people are like, I don't want to see Jaden Daniels. I don't care. Chiefs Eagles feels like it's going to happen because everyone There's people who don't want it. Be a great Super Bowl. I don't want the Eagles Chiefs. I don't. The only thing I'd like there is I love Saquon. I want Buffalo, man. I just feel I'm with Jess. It's the year of Josh Allen. Billy, Chiefs have been the luckiest team in football this year. I think the Bills finally beat them. They've been lucky, but when do we also say that lucky and good kind of coexist sometimes? I mean, the way I see it, the Chiefs were 15-1. They didn't play their starters. They had Carson Wentz in that last game. Yes, they were 15-2, but they're a one-loss football team. And I know they have like 10 one-score or last-minute wins, but it's also a team, if they have the ball with 2 minutes to go and they're down 4, you're scared shitless if you're Buffalo. Swayze, I want the Bills to win the whole damn thing. So do I. Broski, the Josh Allen, John Elway comparison makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Josh Allen has a lot more football left than when John Elway was getting those back-to-back titles in the late 90s. But I see it. They can damage. They can hit you with their arm. They can hit you with their legs. Great leadership. Cold weather doesn't bother them. I love everything about it. So I'm being realistic here and saying expect a tight game. I think the Bills will try to do everything they can. If this thing's tight late, I could see a situation where the Bills are doing everything they can to control the clock, because we all know what happened a couple of years ago when they left, 12 seconds on the clock and the Chiefs went down. Ball game. There is no scenario that you can leave Patrick Mahomes anytime on the clock. Jess, Barkley is a great to watch, and the Commanders are scrappy, but against the AFC, I'm not sure if either can overcome the Chiefs or Bills. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, because the Eagles are built to win up front. They're built a lot like the Lions. They're built in the trenches, on the offensive line, on the defensive line. I wanted to get right now, like the odds of a Super Bowl. So right now the Commanders are plus 850 to win the Super Bowl. The Bills are so the Bills are the third favorite to win the Super Bowl. So that's telling you that the Super Bowl matchup that most anticipate, or that Vegas anticipates, is Eagles Chiefs. Eagles are the favorite to win the Super Bowl right now. Bills to beat the Commanders, by the way, if that happens, I can't imagine. I wonder what that matchup. You can bet the matchups in advance of the playoffs. Right now, Bills to beat the Commanders is 9-1. That thing had to be juicy. Beforehand. Commanders, if you think the Commanders are going to the Super Bowl, by the way, you should. And if you think they're going to win, there's a 19-1 and 16-1. And then hypothetical matchups. You got right now, so if the Bills are playing the Commanders, the Bills are a 4.5 point favorite. The Bills would be a favorite against the Eagles as well. The Chiefs are a favorite against the Eagles. The Chiefs would be a favorite against the Commanders, which is funny because they have the Eagles to win the whole damn thing as a favorite at plus 175. Bills Mafia all the way, says Angel. So here's the thing. It feels very public. It feels like we're leaning all Buffalo. Vegas usually knows something here. They know something. That's true. The Philly O-line is what dreams are made of, says Jess. Swayze, Bills better run the rock like their lives depend on it. 35 or more rushes, and they get it done. So James Cook has changed the way that the Buffalo Bills do football. I mean, the fact that he had that, like they had 30 passing touchdowns, 30 rushing touchdowns. They became a more balanced team. And look at what happened. People were like, oh, they had to give up guys. Stephon Diggs is gone. They're a better football team. We got Kurt. Kurt's always sweating about the Cubs, man. I'm worried about him. We got some people talking about Presley coming or not. Is he using the Cubs as leverage? Phil's asking about Presley, waiving his no trade clause. Supposedly Presley this morning was reported, I think, by John Heyman, that he doesn't want to go east, doesn't want to go west. It takes Toronto out of play. I think the Cubs would be in play. The Cubs interest in Bregman. Sounds like the Astros are re-kicking the tires on Alex Bregman as well and talking about moving Paredes to second and Altuve to left. So, Jeffrey, aren't we supposed to be blind Bears fans and root against Daniels so maybe Caleb can catch him? Catch him for what? I have no problem. Jaden Daniels is having success. People are like, we should have taken Jaden. Look at their stats for the season. They're all nearly to the yard identical almost. Think about all of the quote-unquote trauma Caleb had to deal with versus Jaden. Jaden had success written all over him. Good foundation, good ownership, good coach, good OC, good line, good veterans, a worse division. I'm not taking anything away from Jaden Daniels. Because if that guy has 2 minutes left in the game and they're trailing, oh baby. Plus they know the Eagles. They've beaten the Eagles. I might lay a little scratch on that just because it's tempting. They're almost 2-1 to get the dub. But I might look at it's 4.5. I might try to do some things there. Lip Ripper coming in with bets already. Don't let us get hot. That's all I'm saying, Lip Ripper. Had a couple back-to-backers, man. I don't know if you rode with me last night on Josh Giddey. He had 8 rebounds early in the second quarter. That cashed early. My favorite bets are the ones that cash before halftime. You're ice cold. Hop on board, man. We've had a couple of NBA props hit for us the last 2 nights. I'm going to go against the grain and not go NBA tonight, so we'll get to that in a little bit. Got a lot of business to take care of. Got some White Sox tickets to give away. Sox Fest. You got to go. We're giving a pair away tonight, and we're giving a pair away for tomorrow night. Mark Burley will be in attendance tonight. You have to be able to go. It's at the Ramova Theater, 5 to 9 p.m. You like Pacheco, first touchdown at 8-1. See, this is a guy, when you're cold, man, you have a lot of doubts. You start thinking about bets. You leave him in the bet slip, but you don't put the cash in, and then you wait too long. Stay with it. Stay strong, Lip Ripper. You ride the wave, my friend. I'm a Cubs fan and an Iowa Hawkeyes fan. I'd be worried too. Yeah, Kurt, man. I'll tell you, though, there's a lot more success, buddy. You know, I don't know if it's always going to equate to championships, but life could be way worse. David, any scenario where you draft Ashton Genty at 10, there's so much talk about this, David. I know my son would love it, but I don't see that. They have a really good running back that they're paying a pretty decent amount of money to. I don't think DeAndre Swift's the problem. Now, if you told me I'm literally throwing crap against the wall here. Not asking that they trade Jalen Johnson, but like you package a guy like that for more draft capital, and now your capital's even deeper, and you're starting to draft all kinds of linemen. I'm really big on drafting linemen. I'm not going to say no. So I guess there's a scenario, David. I need to know. They need line up front. I mean, look at the teams that are left. Look at the Chiefs, homegrown, offensive line, re-signed their own. The Eagles, Commanders have a lot of that. And then the Bills are the Bills. Landon's jacked. He tweeted earlier, happy Sox Fest Day. Happy Sox Fest Day to you, Landon and Alex. Definitely don't regret taking Caleb, me either. Caleb didn't show me that he's not capable of being a star. He had some issues. He got sacked 68 times. He had to have multiple coaches, both at the top and at the coordinator position. I think a lot of teams, if they were to redraft today, I think a lot of people would take Caleb 1-1. Broski gives the quarterback 3 years before I start drawing any conclusions. I think you have to give Caleb 3 years now, right? This year's a wash, and I think it still went well. And then you're talking about 2 years of Ben Johnson. I'm with you, Broski, which is why they give you those years before you have to decide on that 5th-year option. With the Bears, why wouldn't you be, Kurt? I mean, we got to figure out if Trey Smith is 100% going to free agency. I've seen some, like it appears that he is going to free agency. However, let's see what happens with the Chiefs. We've seen the Chiefs say, "Oh, this guy's walking," and then all of a sudden, who comes crawling back? I want to let's observe. But yeah, the Bears should be serious about Trey Smith. Commanders are +6 and +230 on Bovada. I sleep onshore these days, broski. No longer a Bovada guy. You got +6, I got +4.5. So much better number. Shop around. To Broski's point, shop around. I'm on FanDuel as we speak, but I bounce around too. I shop around. I got all the apps. But a juicier scenario that you're providing right there. Oh, here, +6 on DraftKings plus 225. DraftKings a much juicier. Yeah, I might have to look at upgrading both accounts. Kurt, offensive line, then offensive line, and then after that, offensive line. What did I say this week? Give me a whole bunch of guys, 280 or more, that can move guys that way. Swift is not really a good running back. Ben was the OC when Swift was traded. I understand that. Ben's not a Swift guy. I can see us drafting a running back in the second or third round, though. We know the scenarios, folks. We know. We know that he went to Philadelphia and then he came here. And that we just assume he's not a Ben guy. I don't think he's... I know, Broski, we talked about this on this exact channel. I don't think he's a Ben. I don't think... We're just talking about Ashton Genty at number 10. Necessity. Right? Like, what's the... I don't know. I don't think the need, number one right now. Poops! Poops seems new to the program. Uh-oh. He's also a Jess fan. Jess got the fan club going. I don't know about the name unless Jess is already in cahoots. One of the most brilliant football minds and fans on here. The Bears! No doubt. Well, you know how I feel about Jess. Fan of the program. She's always here. Lou Daniels would have been done with our O-line last year. Love Caleb. Yeah. Very few people, very few rookie quarterbacks could have had much different situation. I mean, think about this. I know he didn't get wins during this stretch. And some people are like, well, he held on to the ball too long. He broke the NFL rookie record for most attempts without an interception. That's stunning. The way that at times it looked like he was seeing ghosts because it set Hut 1-2, boom. It is kind of stunning when you think about it. He only threw 6 picks. Yeah. Well, keep in mind, Landon, like, went from hot name to fired in 1 year. So you want to swoop him up now as the Bears OC? He helped CJ. This is about Ben Johnson right now. Okay? This is about Ben Johnson. It's interesting. He will get swooped up for sure. There's no doubt. And maybe he comes here. I'm just saying. Bobby Sloak was a sexy pick on some people's list last year to be the head coach of the Chicago Bears if they fired Matt Eberflus. Think about that. And now he just got fired from the Houston Texans. Broski not in on Genty at 10. I want a left tackle or D. Yes. And that's what I think for the most part, the idea of Ashton Genty at 10 is fun. The reality of Ashton Genty at 10, to me, when you know clearly, you put the tape on and it screams up front. That's the smart move. Unless they trade back, acquire another first rounder or something like that, and you're just acquiring more picks, acquiring more depth, acquiring more line. Sophia likes the idea of giving Roshan. How you doing, Sophia? Good to see you in the program. Sophia likes the idea of giving Roshan more opportunities. Still young, got injured last year. Good goal line back. I expected more when they drafted him. But to your point, Sophia, you want to see him get the ball more? Interesting thought. We'll have to see about that. Kurt, everyone knows what the Bears need, but will the Bears do the same old Bears thing or the right things? Well, Kurt, they surprised the hell out of the entire league this week by hiring Ben Johnson. As a matter of fact, it led me to ask this question. Is he this week's hottest NFL story? Core hydration, by the way, nothing like it. It really is the best. I think it is. And that's even with the stuff going on in Jacksonville. That's with all of that stuff going on with Jacksonville. I'm not giving a running back who wears one of those giant. Oh, why? Don't be surprised, Broski, if that's where the league heads in like 3 to 5 years, that they're mandating them in football games. They already mandate them in practice. It's optional in games. I have no problem with it. Who cares what that? It's about protection, man. It's about protection. I agreed. Or here's the thing with the Kmet. Either he does or Cole Kmet can't be here. I don't think he's going anywhere. They just signed him to an extension. But I'm just saying, like, if you don't find a way to get him the football and use him as like Sam Laporta in the Bears offense, because I think he's as athletic as Sam Laporta, then what's he doing here at that price? Yeah, look at that. Landon, back to back. Landon G, meet Landon P. 2 days after the loss. Yeah. Yep. You're talking about the hottest story. People that want Jenny, think about how good it would be. Think about how good would Barkley have been behind the Bears line. He's good because he's behind the. Well, that's not the only reason he's good. His breakaway speed is second to none. And yeah, he had what a great situation. But I'll say this about Barkley, regardless of the line, the Philadelphia Eagles are not in the NFC Championship game on Sunday without Saquon Barkley, period. That is a fact. They are not in that game without Saquon Barkley. So yes, the line is good and it's different, but they're not there without Saquon. Jansen, Alonso, Flaherty are still out there. They could go after Dylan Cease. Does Ricketts really want to contend for a World Series, or was he blowing smoke to you and Cap? I think he wants to get in the dance. That's what I think I've learned, Phil. I think he wants to win the division to give the Cubs an opportunity to be there at the end. And that's what it really takes in football or baseball. Football's a little different. I mean, the Commanders are proving otherwise. They beat the top dog, but usually those number 1 and 2 seeds win on opening day or opening weekend. Same with the NBA. How many times you see 8-1? Like, it literally never happens. Baseball's different. Baseball's who's hot, who's got the hot bullpen matchups. You know, you got to win 2 games. You win game 1. You put the team at home on the ropes. It is about getting in the dance. There's a lot of moves still to be made here, Phil, in the coming weeks. I'm not like I'm much more of a let's observe and talk. When they go to spring training and they still have holes at closer or third base, maybe another depth arm, then let's talk. If not Genty, what have you seen of Caleb Johnson from Iowa in the later rounds? Yeah, I mean, they probably need another running back. So again, though, David, I don't think it's their priority. I really don't. Who's your favorite Sox Fest personality? Jeff Cox. Landon, that's going like the third base the old third base coach. That's going wow, that's going off the radar there. Best personality. I mean, gosh, there's so many. I mean, and like Jeff Cox is a third base coach or former third base, but there's so many players and otherwise. I mean, Burley will be there tonight. He used to be as good as they get in terms of media. He's a little different these days. Doesn't like doing it. Aaron Rowan to me was one of the best personalities ever. BA when he was a player, now my co-host on the podcast, as good of a personality as there was. But Aaron Rowan to me, that guy was infectious. And I think that was probably my favorite personality. Better than Reinsdorf. Who are we still waiting on this podcast episode? Good question. Who do you guys want? You should give me some names, and Cap and I will try to get some of these guys. I'd love Jerry in this chair right here. I would love if he sat down with us, answered some questions, and had some fun. You know, it's both. It's not just about grilling somebody. You got to have some fun. To me, the Bills Chiefs reminds me of Cowboys Niners from the 90s. Winner of that game wins the Super Bowl. It's fair. Am I going on the pod with Chuck before the season, says Lip River. This is a popular topic. Getting a lot of messages about this. I'm going to talk to Chuck tonight about it. I'm going to talk to Chuck tonight at Sox Fest. I think we got to talk about this. Lou, do you think Johnson can get Kmet to actually throw a block? He's a big, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You better find his purpose because, $14 million a year. Lip Ripper, favorite, Joe Creedy, favorite from your childhood. Totally love it. Angel, what are some things Sox fans can expect to see with it being the 125th anniversary? I'd like to know. I think they're having a season-long celebration of the 125th anniversary of the team, and certainly the 20th anniversary of the 2005 White Sox. So Freddie Garcia, Jose Contreras, and Mark Burley will be at Sox Fest tonight. Alex, big fan of your work with Chuck, even during these rough years. I appreciate it, man. Chuck and I are really tight. Take the White Sox out of it. Chuck and I are just really good friends, lifelong friend, 20-year colleague. The White Sox were kind of the glue that held us together, but our friendship is way beyond podcasting and the White Sox. So that's why I would love to get Chuck. I don't care. I'll go on his. To me, it's no conflict of interest at all. I'd love to have him here, and I'd love to be on there. Like, it'd be fun to be on each other's podcast. We'll see what Chuck says. All right, let's give some White Sox tickets. Let's get some Sox Fest tickets away. Last one from Jess. I want to ask Reinsdorf what new food and activities they're going to have down at Sox Stadium. One of my favorite ballparks to go to because the food is good and the atmosphere is right. Have you guys been keeping an eye on what some of these owners are doing with food and concession prices? The Baltimore Orioles just made a value menu. I mean, you're talking about getting hot dogs for like $3, beers for $5. I think the White Sox, I think other Chicago teams should consider doing the value meal. It's a lot of money for a family of four to go to a game, from parking to tickets to concessions. It's a big commitment. I think a value meal would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. We have a bigger role in regards to White Sox besides the podcast. I mean, I won't be on the broadcast or anything. I don't work for CHSN. So we saw that my good friend Connor McKnight got hired in some capacity over there. He'll be doing a lot of fill-in work for the game broadcast, the radio broadcast, probably in studio as well. And Chuck can't do some things. But I think my role here, Phil, at the recap has expanded. I think that's something that we've certainly been showing as of late. All right, first White Sox ticket. It's got to be for tonight. You got to be able to go, okay? You have to be able to go. I'm just going to do the first person that I see in the chat that has the answer to this question. The first person that I see that has the answer to this question, and it's going to be how I see it in the chat. You are going to Sox, but you have to be able to go tonight. So please don't answer the question if you cannot go, okay? Please don't answer the question if you cannot go. Mark Burley will be at the game or be at Sox Fest only tonight. What percentage of Hall of Fame votes did Mark Burley receive this year? The Hall of Fame, Ichiro, Billy Wagner, and CeCe Sabathia are going to the Hall of Fame this year. Mark Burley stays on the ballot. What was the percentage of votes that he got? Billy Hennessy. Well, first of all, you'd like to see Whippy on. Alex says 14. That's incorrect. Billy Hennessy, my friend, 11.4%. I think he got 45 votes. 11.4% is correct. Billy, are you already going to Sox Fest tonight? If the answer is yes, then we're going to have to figure this out because I just gave the answer. So I need to know. And Angel's the backup. All right. Billy, 11.4% for Mark Burley. Angel's 11.4%. I am not yet, but now I am. Billy, you're going to Sox Fest tonight. I need you, and keep in mind, we aren't done yet. We have another pair for tomorrow. Billy, I need you to email me this right now. I need your name. Obviously, I have it, but put your name and your email. Please prove to me also, take a screen grab that you are a subscriber to this channel, that you're a subscriber to the recap. Email lunchwithguff@gmail.com. I will send your name, your email to the White Sox. You will be on the will call list tonight. So Billy's going to Sox Fest tonight. We got another question here for those who want to go tomorrow. Let's get tomorrow. Jess wants to give you a little high five. Bill, I appreciate you, man. Keep on keeping on, brother. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be very involved in the White Sox this year. Okay? Billy, send me that email. If you need it again, I'll put it up here. This is for tomorrow. A pair of tickets, general admission tickets, for tomorrow's Sox Fest live at the Ramova Theater on the South Side from 5 to 9 p.m. Who started Game 1 of the 2005 World Series for the Chicago White Sox? The first answer I see, you will be going. The first correct answer, you will win the pair of tickets to Sox Fest tomorrow night, Saturday night, Sox Fest live. You will win the pair of tickets if you can answer this question. All right, it's got some answers coming in. I will wait to unveil the answer, and then that person, whoever that might be, will be going to Sox Fest tomorrow, assuming you can go. Okay? Alex G. Jose Contreras is correct. Jose Contreras is correct. Alex, are you going to Sox Fest tomorrow? The answer is yes. Billy, you said John Garland. Billy, you're already going to Sox Fest tonight. Calm down. It's Jose Contreras, who is going to be at Sox Fest. Do you like the little plug and play there? Jose Contreras is correct. Alex, you email me as well. The two of you guys, Billy and Alex, email me lunchwithguff@gmail.com. I will get your names, your emails to the Chicago White Sox. You will attend the Ramova. You will go to the Ramova Theater tonight and tomorrow, the two of you. You have a pair of tickets, so bring a friend, family member, whoever, and you are going to Sox Fest. Your name will be at will call, okay? Your name will be at will call. Jess, I look at Jess. See, I love Jess. You know, she's all about the community. Clyde's at work. This guy works harder than anybody on the channel, man. Poor guy never has a day off. Do the Bears have Dennis Allen as DC? Hank Fraley's not coming here. That's already been determined. They're not going to raid the Lions staff. So no decisions have been made at either coordinator yet. They have to oblige to the Rooney Rule. And there's a lot of names out there. Will the Cubs get a closer and a right-hand starting pitcher and a bat? Clyde's got a lot of questions. I think that they're working on a back end of the bullpen type guy. Let's get Phil Umber on the podcast. I like that idea. I was working that day that he threw the perfect game. Billy, you're welcome. I don't have tickets, but now I do. Yes, Alex. Email me both. Do you guys need that email address up there one more time? It's also time while you guys are figuring this all out. That's the email address I need. Send me the email right now. Billy's already sent me the email. I need to prove to me you're a subscriber too. Look, I see that. Billy, man, you are a man of the people, dude. Billy, you are a man of the people. I already got Billy's email. He's going tonight. Andy proved he's a subscriber. Alex, do the same. Same thing. All right, let's get to our bet of the day real quick. Jess, how long do we think it'll take for coordinators to be selected? Is Johnson coming on the podcast? Well, that's something we're working on. We're working on the Bears. Okay, let us give us a little bit of breathing room. He just did a boatload of interviews nationally, so give us a little bit of breathing room. We will work on all of it and keep everyone coming. Thanks, Ken. I appreciate you, man. I'm so glad that you guys have got these Sox Fest tickets tonight, and we got bet of the day now. We've had a couple of back-to-back good nights here, folks. Let's get hot. That's what let's get hot. We've been riding the wave. A couple NBA props. Our guy, Josh Giddey, last night, 8 rebounds, like at the 9-minute mark of the second quarter. Tonight, some college basketball buckets. I'm going with the Boilermakers. Boiler up. They only have one loss at home, and it came this week. They were upset by Ohio State at home. They were 10-point favorites. They had not lost a home game all year. They had covered in 6 straight games. Prior to it, they slept. They slept on Ohio State, and they got beat outright. That's why tonight I'm going back to Purdue. I think Purdue, Matt Painter's pissed at that performance. The Michigan Wolverines have been playing very well. And to be quite honest with you, we laid a bet on Michigan last week when they had a 9-point lead at the half and they lost outright to Minnesota, who stinks. Michigan's won 6 out of 7. They beat Northwestern a couple of nights ago. I'm going boiler up time. I'm going to have to sneeze again. Big one. We're boiling up tonight. 3.5. Laying it. Boy, I apologize, everybody. Purdue minus 3.5 tonight. Woo. Do I like the total in that game? I like Purdue's. I think Purdue, I almost considered Purdue over 76.5, I think. But I'm going, Lip Ripper needs some confidence. So you're riding. Look at my eyes, man. This place. Woo, Cap got the new air fresheners going in here, and I'm an absolute mess. All right. Purdue, boiler up. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. A lot of stuff here. Right? Clyde, who doesn't agree with that? Well, let's get Ben Johnson in here. Talk about the Cubs. Cap and him will be in love talking about Wrigley Field. It'll be great. Appreciate you, Landon G. All right. For those two who won the, hey, Alex, get me that email, dude. Get me that email. All right? Get me that email so we can get to you. Lastly, lunchwithguff@gmail.com. You will go to Sox Fest. You'll be on. Billy, look for your name. Will call tonight. All right? Alex, you're going to will call tomorrow. Lunchwithguff@gmail.com. All right. That wraps up a great week of the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff. Me, Ryan McGuffey, here on the Recap. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay healthy. It's everywhere. Stuff is everywhere. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the championship Sunday. And let's go Bills, right? Let's go Bills. For everyone here at the Recap, I'm Ryan McGuffey. Have a great weekend. We'll see you.